Hey guys, Melissa here. I have not had my phone. I just totally forgot to pay my bill because I have my other phone. And I'm like, shoot, I gotta get to it. And I just totally forgot. I didn't really need it, but I have it now again. And then I lost my phone. So I've totally stopped doing my YouTube because of all this. Um, so I want to talk about, let's see today, about improving my channel. Um, I am also taking a class which has slowed me down too. I'm taking a couple. One is about stocks, and there's another one that Matt Avella just put out that I'm taking, and it's about how to improve your content, how to improve, your whole YouTube channel. So I am definitely looking forward to this. I have not put a lot of effort into my stuff. Like I've said before, I've kind of just, thrown myself out here trying to see if I can get through the algorithm or trying to make some content that has value is also what I've been doing. And I haven't had a lot of time with work. So I've just kind of, not put a lot of effort in. And I've already had a good amount of reviews or views just for really not doing anything. So I just thought, Melissa, do you really want this? Do you see yourself being able in the future to help other women? And I do, and it's something I want to learn. I had wanted to write a book, but I am just not real good with my grammar. I have enough to get around and to talk and to, you know, do enough in that sense, but I'm not a professional, and that always stops me, although it doesn't have to. I do love to write, and I probably will get that book out. But I thought, I am a people person. I'm introverted, but yet I'm also extrovert in many other ways. So I'm kind of a mix. So that's my other phone going off that I talked about. So I definitely want, I want to get my message out quickly. And what I want to do is I want to streamline here my YouTube, and I have a couple categories that I'm looking at. And the main one is helping women to be mothers. Mother's Day is coming tomorrow. I have a passion for it. I don't care how much money you have. If you've got a heart to be a mother, you can do it. So I have my personal story there, and my other category is minimalism. And that's exactly what we did. We can call it poor, we can call it being resourceful, but we definitely can always learn to find ways to make things happen in life. And I'm going to upgrade my story right now, because everyone likes a good story, but this is just my testimony, so to say, more than anything. Is I had graduated from high school early. I had no doubt that's what I wanted to do. I don't ever remember questioning it or somebody questioning it really at all. And I just had heard vaguely that you could graduate early if you had enough credits. I remember going into the guidance office, I think once, and said, this is what I want to do. And they said, okay, if you take enough study halls or use your study halls for the classes, you can probably do this. So that's what I did. I mean, it was really quick. I had tons of other stuff going on in my life at that time. So I was just like, yeah, I definitely want to get out of here. I wanted to finish school. Would I have quit if I didn't graduate early? I don't know. But I knew it was time, for me to go. And I had, enough determination to get my homework done. My grades were good enough. And I just did it. And I did that all on my own, really with no support, nobody holding my hand or anything. And I think that's a skill I had learned probably the year before when I had nobody in my life at another time. I just kind of dealt with stuff on my own pretty much in a sense of um, just surviving some stuff in my life, and I'll talk about that more. But that is probably what led to the determination I had. I've always kind of had a lot of determination, anyways. Then I said, I was done high school. I had said, you know what, I want to go to college for court reporting. And I went over to college. I didn't have any money for this. I just figured this is what I would do. In high school, they ask you, what do you want to do what do you want to do when you grow up, or what do you want to do when you're done high school? And I had no idea. I had no real direction. I definitely was not encouraged to be a mother. Um, that was something like kids were brats, and why would you want to be a mother kind of thing. I mean, it just wasn't there. There wasn't a lot there about getting married either. And I knew money was important in making something out of yourself. So I chose court reporting, and I didn't really know a lot about it. So I wasn't real prepared in that at all. I just figured I'd try it. So I went off to college, and I really didn't care for the atmosphere. It just wasn't me at that time. I was pretty down to earth. I saw a polished look that I really didn't care for at that time in my life. I was young, and my life wasn't going that way. So, kind of early on, the first year and a half, I said, you know what, this isn't working for me. I had worked in a court reporting firm, so I had a different view of what that would look like if I did graduate from college with that. And it wasn't even the academics. There wasn't really a question to me whether I could do it or not. I did go to one of the teachers and say, you know what, I have had hearing loss in the past, at one point with earaches, and I don't know if I would be able to do this. And rather than reassure me that, you probably could do this, let's talk about it some more, he was kind of like, well, maybe you wouldn't be good at it, and so I don't know, that kind of reaffirmed my decision. I didn't really try. So then from there, I had no idea what I wanted to do. I kind of felt like God was punishing me. We had tried to have kids, and I couldn't have kids. And then I said, well, I don't know what to do. I guess I'll go to hairdressing school because I have nothing else to do. So I went over there, and I did graduate. And at the very end, I did get pregnant with my firstborn son. So from there, I knew I wanted to finish the schooling, because before, when I had the experience of an abortion pretty much forced on me, one of the excuses was, well, you won't be able to finish school, or you're too young. And sure enough, I was in school, plus I was pregnant and finished. So, my main theme is teaching women how to be mothers, and abortion is not the answer. So there again, that probably would have been a reason to say you can't afford a child, you're in school, whatever. But yeah, so definitely I finished that up. And then as I had my kids, my firstborn I was pregnant with, and my testimony is the truth started hitting me. I could feel him kicking, and I didn't have any, although I did good in school, I didn't have any child development under my belt. I just, in school they teach you it's a sperm and an egg, and that's about all I knew. So when he started kicking, I was putting 1 plus 1 together. I was like, geez, I don't look fat right now. I didn't look fat then. I only gained 22 pounds with him. So I really was not somebody who gained a lot of weight as I got older. There was one time in my teen years I did, overeat and I went to food for comfort, but that was it. Otherwise, I was a skinny kid and I just didn't really, have to worry about looking pregnant. I didn't want to look fat. Most girls don't want to look fat when they're pregnant, and that's kind of how the mentality is. Um, so yeah, so I was putting one and one together and I'm like, oh my goodness, if he is kicking now, then, or the baby, then that must, mean I'm pregnant. Or it was a baby, not pregnant, it was a baby when the abortion happened. So I started looking into things, realized it wasn't a tissue, it wasn't a blob of tissue. Um, Women who need to heal, we live in a society that had put abortion kind of under the rug and said, you know what, let's not talk about it. A woman has a right to do what she wants. And now we totally shame women for abortion, and we haven't found middle ground. I've been on the sidewalks and we either see something that's way too nice, without enough truth, meaning you are on your way in the door to kill a baby. If it was me and I was in the womb, I would want someone to try to stop me from making that decision if I didn't know. And on the other side, we have people who can be just too upfront in somebody's face without giving them the chance to really understand God's grace. Truth is important, but so is God's grace. We want both of them hand in hand. So I don't know what the sidewalk will look like in the future, but I do know I have this YouTube channel right now and I do want to help girls. So if you're pregnant, reach out to a pregnancy center or something and get some help. You don't want to deal with what kind of stuff can happen later with, the regret of that decision or whoever put it on you. You just don't want to live with that. So from there, I had my firstborn. I had gone somewhere where they were homeschooling. I met some people who were homeschoolers and I had never heard of that. And I remember just being, kind of astonished that people could actually homeschool their kids. I had never heard of such a thing. So I looked into it and I said, this is definitely something I want to do. And I did it for about 27 years. And I definitely have no regrets. And that was another decision-making process that I made pretty much on my own again. Just saw it and wanted it. I knew a lady, an older woman who had mentored me, who had homeschooled her kids, and I thought they turned out great. So here again, we have another decision-making situation with whether I want to improve my YouTube channel and whether I want to get out there and help other girls. And my answer is yes. I can see it happening. I can see even if my YouTube does fail, then I got out here and I tried. And if it takes off and it moves much further than I would ever dream of, great. I would probably still be helping girls. And so it's something I want to do. I like to teach. I have a passion for teaching. I have a passion for helping. So that's what I would like to do, is to be able to take this channel and help women know how to be resourceful enough to be able to afford your children. And definitely taking Matt's class, and I'll do a video on what I think about that at another time. So yeah, thanks for joining me today, guys.